Hi everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Friday the 14th of December 2018. I'm using the mystical manga tarot for today's reading. So a shout out to my niece Sophia, who absolutely adores manga. I don't think she watches my videos, but never mind. This is for Sophia as well as the rest of you guys. Let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of today and what you'll be working with. So we have the Six of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. Wow, it's a fire day. Wands represents rods, staves. They're sometimes known by different names. And it's the element of fire. So first of all, the Six of Wands is someone who has chosen his life purpose. He has decided that this is the mystical manga. So let me try and use my imagination. So he has decided that he is going to be the king of this area, and he's going to expand his influence, and he has gone to war and he has come back victorious. That is his purpose that he's chosen. Wands represent your life purpose and what it is you feel drawn to accomplish and achieve here on planet Earth. He has chosen his. He knows what the risks are. If I want to expand my territory and have more influence, then it's not going to come easy, even though it's my life purpose and it's what I feel passionate about. It's going to be dangerous. So I have to put on some armor. I have to get involved. I have to fight. I have to convince other men to fight, and women to fight for me and with me, so that we can win this war. And it's all down to, this is what I feel I need to be doing. So wands are inner fire, inner passions. So it's like Sagittarius. In the middle of winter, Sagittarius has this flame inside of it. And if you get passionate and excited about something, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily right. I mean, going to war isn't right, is it? Because you want more land and more resources, you have that inner fire and you decide to do that. Great, you have more land and more influence, but in the process, you've killed thousands of people. So it may be your life purpose and your passion, but that's neither here or there. And it's not about good and evil, right and wrong. It's simply, this is what I feel driven to do. And people who are driven to do certain things, the example I'm getting is Jacqueline Dupre. She was this amazing cellist, and they made a film about this, and her personal life was a complete disaster. But when it came to the cello, her passion, she was a genius. So fire is destructive as well as flaming and beautiful and illuminating. So when she played that instrument, she enchanted people and transported them to different worlds. But her actual mental health and her personal relationships really embodied the destructive side of fire, and she ruined her family relationships with her sister by sleeping with her husband, and it was just a mess. So fire, of course, we all know, warms us. I saw the sunset the other day, and I was just like, wow, we're literally this rock floating around, and we have this fireball that goes up every morning and sets every evening, and that is why everything works. I mean, some of you may be thinking, right, he's discovered a sunrise, well done. But really, it's very simple. If that fire were to stop, none of us would have life. So sometimes you don't have a choice over what drives you. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just have passions and you feel driven to achieve them. And in his case, he doesn't care about the people who are dying and the orphans who are now left behind and the widows and the widowers. He wanted to do that. Now, he's come back from the war victorious, so everyone's cheering him on, celebrating him. the Knight of Wands is this guy in a way. The Knight of Wands wants to do something wonderful, and he wants to make things better, and he wants to be passionate, and he wants to follow his drives and needs. Their armor, again, he knows it's going to be difficult. The horse is armored as well. So this is the guy really before he rides out. And on the other side, the Knight of Wands can be incredibly destructive and kill people and leave things in ashes. So it's extreme. So your desires, your feelings, your drive to do something that you care about and something that makes you feel joy and freedom and excitement and enthusiasm, that is on the top of your priority list. Now, the good thing is that we've got the Queen of Wands here. And I love how they over-sexualize everything in manga. Okay, we get it. She's female. We don't, you know, it's like, relax already with the breastplate. Jeez. Okay, so the Queen of Wands is the Knight of Wands who's mastered the element of fire. So she embodies fire completely, and she is passionate, and she's able to illuminate and fire things up and motivate people, and she's able to lead, and she's able to light the fire in others. Magically, she can wave that wand and get other people to follow her cause. She's not driven to, she's not beholden unto the fire the way these two guys are, because they are, it's like if you have some carnal urges that you really can't do anything about, and you're like, oh my God, how did I end up in this situation? Another one night stand. Oh my God, you know, it's something that is beyond your mind. It's something that's beyond your control. It's something where you're like just driven to do it, whether you want to or not. It could be, it's like addiction almost. It just takes over, and this obsession comes into your mind, and it's like the fire is burning so brightly in me. I have to go out and put myself first and find something that makes me feel alive and gives me a sense of thrill. And I want to prove to myself that I'm still alive. Now, the Queen of Wands is not ruled by fire. She rules fire. So the other example on my Twitter feed, Talk to Gregory, if you want to find me on Twitter, I put a quote up by F. Scott Fitzgerald, and he says, you take the first drink, then you take the second drink, and then the drink takes you. And that's the same thing with fire, you know? First you think about something you want, and then the fire actually burns, and you lose total control over yourself, and you just have to go do it. The Queen of Wands has mastered that, and she's able to bring life and fire and passion, but she can also stop when she wants, when she sees it's becoming destructive, or when it's becoming, there's a risk of that fire and that enthusiasm burning out. She can bring more to it. Even her hair is on fire. Even these roses embody fire. Everything about her is passionate and full of fire. So the Queen of Wands can also destroy things when she wants. So if I don't like this relationship, I'm gonna press the explosion button, and I'm going to blow this up and really destroy this relationship so that I can have a different one that makes me feel something. The fire's gone out. I don't care to reignite it. I care to end this, and I will move on. The Queen of Wands can also be incredibly creative. She can be incredibly happy and joyous and carefree and warm and charming. And she can paint and sing and lead and be in the spotlight, and she can be a performer, a leader, a CEO, an executive, an athlete, a professional gambler, anything that has to do with thrills and excitement. And she masters that. But she sees when the fire becomes destructive and she has a choice whether she wants to keep going or not, whereas these two guys don't. So if it becomes too much, so let's say she goes out today and it's like, oh, this thing that's really going to make me happy today is buying a new wardrobe. And I'm going to go out and buy this new wardrobe. And she goes to Covent Garden in London and she ends up in all these beautiful shops and she buys things, or Bond Street, whatever. And at some point she's like, oh, this is beautiful, but I can't actually afford it, so I'm going to choose something else. So she's able to control fire and passion and joy and happiness, and she can keep that within. She's the embodiment of it. So you're completely in control today. You will have an exciting day, because these two guys don't give you a choice. There will be passion and something that you really feel driven towards and something that you're inspired by. But thank goodness you're in total control. And if it causes destruction, then you have a choice. So for instance, you meet someone today, you're married, you've got 3 children, but you meet someone today who you're like, oh, he's so beautiful, that you actually, you stop breathing, because his beauty just overwhelms you so much that it's like, I don't have a choice. If this man says, come on, let's go for a cup of coffee, then I have absolutely no choice of saying no, because I'm just so enchanted by this guy. And the cup of coffee being code for other things that then happen afterwards. The Queen of Wands, being married and having those kids, can lose her breath over this beautiful new creature that arrives in her life. But she can say, wow, this would really be fun and fiery and thrilling. But it can also destroy the trust that I've built with my husband and my children, and I could totally ruin my family life. So I'm going to make a decision. Either I want to ruin the family, or I don't. And she chooses what fires and what passion she's going to pursue and which one she's not. So really, it's a wonderful day where you can choose what you find most exciting and what gives you greatest joy, and you have the space and the time to pursue that and to focus on yourself. And when you create joy and enthusiasm for yourself and build this fire, other people are going to be attracted by it. Other people are going to be like, wow, I want some of what she's got. Look at how alive she is. And look at how she's living in the present moment. And she's so transcendent and glorious. So joy begets joy. Enthusiasm begets enthusiasm. Happiness begets happiness. So don't be surprised if you attract something into your life that's wondrous and joyous, or someone into your life who also brings joy and wonder and enthusiasm and fire into your life. So as days go, pretty good. Can't really complain here. We've got 6 and chord counts count as 1. So 6 and 1 is 7. And 1 is 8. 8 in numerology is power. So you do need to have the power of the Queen of Wands to be able to control an element that is really hard to control. If you look at a forest fire, once it gets going and once that drive, once the cat is out of the bag, there's no way of getting it back. And the Queen of Wands has such strength that if there is a wild forest fire, she can wave the wand and suck the flames back up and say, end. I'm putting an end to this destruction. I have the strength, I have the power. Whereas these two guys don't, but you do today. So have a glorious, exciting, fun day. Really use this day to do something nice for yourself. Have some fun, We don't, in life, a lot of us feel very responsible and diligent, and we think we have to work hard and do the right thing. And I don't think most of us give ourselves enough leeway to just do what we please sometimes. Especially if you're, you know, like in that example, if you are married with loads of children, and it's very likely that you'll put them first. Because you'll want to protect them and love them, and it's no longer about you. So that's another way of controlling your inner fire, I suppose, by really loving something more than you love yourself. Interesting that the Queen came out and not the King. So that's the solution really to control all of this, is love. And love is going to be a theme here on this day, as well as joy and enthusiasm. And it's your strength and your power and your ability to create and bring fire and glory to the world that you're going to attract the same thing. So have an amazing day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, I use astrology and numerology. The way I combine the numbers here with the cards, I combine all three. The astrology chart is a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born. It shows me what your life purpose is, what your vocational talents are, so what kind of job you should be doing. That's going to bring you most joy and pay you the most and add most value to your life. What's destined for you in love, what's coming up in love and health, romance, spiritual growth, friendships, having fun, travel, moving, money. I can answer any questions you may have. So please do get in touch via the website, gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. If you like my videos, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.